This is very important topic, important for your histology, important for your theory. Okay. So first we will discuss the structure of the spleen. Okay, in details. Then we will go to the circulation. Okay. So spleen is composed of connective tissue framework and the parenchyma. Okay. This connective tissue framework holds the splenic parenchyma. So the connective tissue framework is this one, and it is formed of capsule. Outer covering of the spleen is known as the capsule. From the capsule, the inward projecting part, these are the trabeculae. Okay. So capsule, trabeculae, and the reticular stroma. Stroma is lying here, formed of the connective tissue, mainly the different fibers, reticular fibers. And parenchyma consists of different cells. Okay, white pulp and red pulp. These are named according to their naked eye look. Okay, some in if you cut the spleen in naked eye examination, you will see some red areas and some white dots. Okay, white areas are known as white pulp, and rest of the reddish brown area, that is known as red pulp. Okay, so next we will discuss each of the component. First is the fibrous framework of the spleen. It has outer serous coat. Skin is covered by peritoneum, so there will be outer serous coat. Serous coat means peritoneum. Okay, next, inner fibroelastic coat. It consists of tunica albuginea. It is about 1.5 millimeter thick, formed of type 1 collagen fiber. Within spleen, type 3 collagen fiber you will get, forming the reticular network. And there are some elastin fibers. Numerous trabecules are projecting from this fibroelastic coat. See here, this outer shiny covering, that is peritoneum, outer serous coat. Then this white layer you can see, that is inner fibroelastic coat, tunica albuginea. From the tunica albuginea, these are the trabeculae entering into the substance of the spleen, formed of type 1 collagen fiber, almost 1.5 millimeter thick. And some elastin fibers are there, numerous trabecules are present, and conduit for splenic vessels. These areas, this here through these areas passes the splenic vessels. Okay. So capsule, this is histological picture of spleen. See, this is the outer capsule. From the capsule, inward projecting part is the trabeculae. Okay, and these are also sectioned through the trabeculae, and within the trabeculae passes the splenic vessel, branches of splenic vessels, splenic artery and splenic veins. Okay, and these are the substance or parenchyma of the spleen. This parenchyma consists of this rounded structure you can see. These are lymphatic follicles. Okay, this forms the white pulp, and within the white pulp there is a eccentric arteriole. Okay, and here this one is the arteriole. Here is this one. In each of the white pulp, you can see one eccentric arteriole. Eccentric means it is away from the center. Okay, it is not at the center, just away from the center. And this light stained area, this is the germinal center for each of the lymphatic follicle. It is a lymphoid organ. Spleen is a lymphoid organ, so you will get the lymphatic follicles here. And these are sections of blood vessels. Some are sinusoids, some are tributaries of the splenic veins. Okay, and whole this rest of the area, these are white pulps. These rounded structures are forming the white pulp, and rest of the area are forming the red pulp. Okay, so spleen is covered by capsule. This was the capsule, covers the spleen completely, lies deep to the peritoneum, and it is formed by dense collagenous connective tissue, and smooth muscle fibers are more in some mammals. Next we are going to the trabeculae. Trabeculae arise from the capsule, enter into the substance of the spleen. And this trabeculae divided the spleen into some splenic lobules. And within the lobules lies this white pulp and the red pulp. Okay. So enter into the substance of the spleen. And these trabeculae convey the splenic vessels. These are the splenic vessel section of trabeculae, which are branches of splenic vessels. Splenic arteries are dividing into multiple branches and they are passing through the, and it is giving the trabecular artery. Trabecular artery will pass through the this trabeculae. Okay. Then they will give some penicillar arteries, ellipsoid will form like this. After that, there will be circulation, open and close circulation. Then blood again enter into the vein, venules mainly. Okay, splenic sinusoids first. Then from the sinusoids, splenic venules, and these venules will join to form the penicillar veins and then the trabecular vein. Trabecular vein will again pass through this trabeculae and these trabecular veins will finally join to form the splenic vein. Okay. Single splenic artery is there and single splenic vein is there. Okay. So what is lobule of spleen? Each compartment is bounded by the trabecular septa and contains the splenic arteriole, penicillar branches and the sinusoid. Here one of the splenic, this is one splenic lobule. You can see this is trabecular artery, it is giving the penicillar branches. And here are the sinusoids, white pulp and the red pulp. Okay. So it contains the red pulp. Red pulp portion is also known as Billroth cords. Okay, these are frequently asked in your Viva MCQs. Composition of this you must have to know. These terms you must know. What is Billroth cords? And white pulp is also known as Malpighian body. Okay, Malpighian body. So what is reticular stroma? It is made up of reticular fibers and phagocytic reticular cells and it supports the cells of the parenchyma. See, these are the reticular cells, the yellow colored cells you can see. All of them are joining with each other to form a network-like structure, net-like structure. Okay, and within this network, these are the cells are lying. Cells are, some are blood cells, some are splenic parenchymal cells. Okay. Blood cells, blood vessels are directly opening into the parenchyma of the spleen. Okay, so this reticular framework is formed by the type 3 collagen fibers or reticular fibers. So made up of reticular fibers and phagocytic reticular cells and they support the cells of the parenchyma. Next we are going to the parenchyma. What is parenchyma? It is formed of rounded white or grey areas known as white pulp and dark red matrix that is red pulp. Here you can see this is section of the spleen. You can see some white dots within the substance. Everyone can see the white dots. These are white pulp and rest reddish brown colored structure is the red pulp. Okay. And this is in this histology picture, these rounded lymphatic follicles, they are forming the white pulp. And each of the white pulp has a central arteriole in eccentric position. Okay. And rest of the portion are forming the red pulp or Billroth cords. And these are the sections of the trabeculae. Within the section of the trabeculae, you will see section of arteriole, sections of venules. Okay. And this is capsule and these are the trabeculae projecting into the substance. So we will discuss the white pulp. This can individually come as a short note. White pulp and red pulp of the spleen. Okay. Last bench, you are listening or doing something else. কি করছিস তোরা? কানে হেডফোন গুঁজে। তোরা দুজন সামনে উঠে আয়, লাস্ট বেঞ্চ উঠে আসতে বলেছি। Okay, so white pulp, it forms 5 to 20% of the total volume. it periarteriolar lymphatic sheath. A lymphatic sheath is forming around the arteriole, and it is expanded in places by B lymphocytes, and lymphatic follicle is about 0.25 to 1 millimeter in diameter. কোথায় বসলি তোরা? এখানে উঠে আসতে বলেছি, দুজনেই, আরেকজন উঠে আয়। And it is visible in naked eye as white opaque dots. Follicles on one side of the vessel, that is known as eccentric arteriole, and follicles atrophy with age and may be absent in very elderly cases. So this is white pulp, okay? It is formed of mainly periarteriolar lymphatic sheath, PALS. This short form is sometimes used, okay? And what will be the arrangement of cells within the white pulp? T cell lies at the center here, T cell. B cell in the middle, and these B cells proliferate to form the plasma cell, and they will form the germinal center, the light colored portion of the lymphatic follicle, okay? And surrounding it will be the antigen presenting cells at the periphery. So T cell in the middle, T cell in the center, B cell in the middle, forming the germinal center, and outermost at the periphery will be antigen presenting cell. So this is the composition of the white pulp. And B cells proliferate to form the germinal center on antigenic stimulation. All the lymphatic follicle will not have the germinal center. Those follicles whose are stimulated with antigen, those will contain the germinal center, okay? And they will produce antibodies. Next we are going to the red pulp. So these follicles are forming white pulp, and rest of the portion you can see these are forming the red pulp, which contain the splenic cords, Billroth cords, okay? 75% of the total volume is formed of this red pulp. Large number of sinusoids diameters are about 50 micron, lined by stem cells supported by the reticular fibers are present in the red pulp. And fibrocellular network is present here, formed of the collagen fibers, fibroblast and macrophage, and they are forming the Billroth cords, okay? See here, this is low power view. This is lymphatic follicle, white pulp. Here is one, another one, white pulp, and rest of the portion is forming the red pulp, okay? And the white areas you can see, white areas are formed by the lymphatic sinusoids, okay? And there are within the sinuses, there are Billroth cords, splenic cords, and these lymphatic follicles will form, one is marginal zone, periarterial lymphatic sheath, central arteriole, okay? Periarteriolar lymphatic sheath formed of those T cell in the center, B cell in the middle, and outside antigen presenting cell. And this is one trabecular vessel have been shown within the trabecula. Here also section of vessels you can see. This is the microscopic pictures, splenic capsule. This is the trabeculae, within the trabecular vessels. This is white pulp. Here germinal center is present. This is eccentric arteriole, central arteriole in eccentric position, and these parts are forming the red pulp, okay? You have to draw a picture of spleen like this in your histocopy, okay? Capsule, trabeculae, within the trabeculae, section of trabecular vessels. These are white pulp, and this is central arteriole, germinal center, and these portions are forming the red pulp. And all the dots you will draw with violet dot, okay? And some of the pink dot representing the cytoplasm of some blood cells, okay? And some pink shading will be there in the red pulp. And this is light stained area. Germinal center will be lightly stained. and within the capsule also some dots are present. These are nucleus of the fibroblasts. Okay. So what will be the identification features of spleen? There will be present of white pulp, red pulp, trabeculae and eccentric arteriole within the white pulp. Okay. Like this also you can see in the low power view. This is white pulp and rest of the areas are the red pulp. This is one white pulp. Here is another one. Okay. So these are the characteristic features. Periarteriolar lymphatic sheath. See this is the trabecular artery. Around the trabecular artery, the lymphatic sheath, accumulation of lymphoid cells are forming the lymphatic sheath. And from the trabecular artery, these are the penicillar branches. Okay. Around the penicillar branches, there is some formation of ellipsoid, and here is the circulation from arteriolar system to venous system. When the blood is directly draining into sinusoids and then going to the venules and forming the trabecular vein, this is closed circulation. And when the blood is coming from penicillar artery, they are opening into the open area, and from there the blood cells will enter through the opening in the sinusoids. That is known as open circulation. So closed circulation is fast circulation, okay, and open circulation is slow circulation. Here also you can see this is formation of the sinusoids. It is formed of elongated cells, okay, and stave cells are also present here. And in between the cells there are openings, and through these openings percolate the blood cells percolate through this opening, okay. So periarteriolar lymphatic sheath in this area, it is formed around the penicillar arteries, and the penicillar arteries will form the central arteriole for the periarteriolar lymphatic sheath. So lymphoid tissue around the arteriole mainly formed by T cells, and arteriole is eccentric position. What is ellipsoid? These are the ellipsoid. Okay, it is formed over the penicillar arteries. Ellipsoids are lamellated body formed by aggregation of macrophages, and they surrounds the penicillar arteriole and well developed in cat and dog. Okay, here open and closed circulation have been shown. These are trabecular arteries giving the penicillar branches. Some of the penicillar arteries directly draining into this venous sinuses. These are the sinusoids. Okay, so this part is the closed circulation, and here in these arteries are opening directly into the open spaces, and from the open spaces bloods are being absorbed into the sinusoids and the venules. So this is open circulation. Okay, and here you can see this part is forming the periarteriolar lymphatic sheath containing the penicillar artery as the central arteriole, and surrounding the in the center there will be T cells. Here B cell is forming the germinal center, and outermost these are the antigen presenting cells, peripheral most. All these structures are together forming the white pulp, okay, and rest of the portion are forming the red pulp. So splenic artery supplies the, see this is splenic artery, tortuous splenic artery, okay. It is lying along the superior border of the pancreas. You will see the splenic artery. It is a branch from the celiac trunk. During celiac trunk dissection you will see, and during the viscera class, duodenum, pancreas, spleen, viscera you will read. During the viscera class also you will see the splenic artery, okay. It is a tortuous artery. Another example of tortuous artery is uterine artery, okay, and facial artery. This is asked in your Viva and MCQ. Give some examples of tortuous artery. Splenic artery, facial artery in the face, and uterine artery, okay. So this is splenic artery coming out from the celiac trunk, one of the three branches of the celiac trunk, and it is passing towards the left along the upper margin of the pancreas and then entering into the spleen through the splenic hilum, and it is giving some segmental branches first. So splenic arteries branches are end arteries, and it is a tortuous artery, supplies the spleen, giving some branches to the pancreas and also giving some branches to the stomach. You have read during the blood supply of stomach, na? Stomach হয়ে গেছে তোদের? Stomach হয়নি? Okay. So splenic artery, it divides into 5 or more segmental branches close to the hilum. Here, splenic artery is dividing into 5 or more segmental branches close to the hilum. And these segmental arteries divide into trabecular arteries. These are trabecular artery, okay? And these trabecular arteries and arterioles arise from the trabecular artery. These are the arteriole. Arterioles means smaller branches than the artery, okay? So these arterioles arise from trabecular artery, enter into the splenic lobules, and arteriole is invested by the periarteriolar lymphatic sheath, and these arterioles subdivide into 3 to 5 penicillar branches. Here are the penicillar branches after it leaves the lymphatic sheath. Some radial vessels join the marginal sinus. See trabecular artery, arteriole, central arteriole, and from here penicillar branches. Some of the penicillar branches join directly with the marginal sinuses, and some blood from the marginal sinuses reach the sinusoids through the slit gaps. From the marginal sinus, blood are directly draining into sinusoids. So here is the closed circulation, and through the slit gaps or pores, and some of the blood directly opening into the open space and then entering into the sinusoids, that is open circulation. So here you can see the open and closed circulation. This is the trabecular artery, central arteriole, penicillar arterioles, okay? And around this central arteriole, this is periarteriolar lymphatic sheath, okay? And so you can see the penicillar arteries, some of the arteries directly draining into this sinusoids. So here it is closed circulation, and on this side some of the arterioles are opening into the open space, and from the open space blood will drain into the sinusoids, okay? And the old and torn out RBCs, they cannot enter into the sinusoids again, okay? And they are attacked by macrophages and they are destroyed, okay? That's how spleen purifies the blood. It scavenges the worn out RBCs, okay? So closed theory, blood passes directly from penicillar arteriole into the splenic venous sinuses. And open theory, blood passes from penicillar arteriole into cords of Billroth and from there into the splenic venous sinuses. Okay, here you can see this is closed circulation directly into the sinusoids, and here it opening into the reticular framework, and from there blood cells are entering into the sinusoids. Okay, open circulation. So trabecular arteries are branches from the hilum, central arteriole surrounded by the periarteriolar lymphatic sheath. From here penicillar arteries are forming, open into the capillaries, and sinusoids are present in the red pulp formed of the stave cells, and there are veins. After that they will join to form the veins, red pulp veins, and then they will join to form the trabecular veins. Trabecular veins will again pass through the trabeculae and they will join to form the splenic vein. So this is the circulation of blood through the spleen. Okay. So you will be asked in your theory, discuss the blood supply of the spleen and discuss the splenic circulation. Okay. You have to describe the red pulp, white pulp and the circulation through the spleen. Okay. The closed and open theory, both. So closed circulation, capillaries connect to sinusoids Red blood cell filter in and out through the slits in the sinusoids. And in open circulation, capillaries open into the cords and blood cells enter into the sinusoids through the cells. In this picture, you can see clearly, here is the closed circulation, here is the open circulation, blood cells are opening into the spaces and RBCs are entering through the slits into the sinusoids. Okay. Blood cell enter the sinusoids through the slits and both take place. Both the closed and open circulation take place and old effete RBCs fail to re-enter the sinusoids and are destroyed by the macrophages. So sinusoids are lined by, see this is the enlarged view of the sinusoid. Okay. So sinusoids are lined by elongated stem cells. These are the elongated stem cells and stem cells present intercellular slits or intercellular holes. This is one another sinusoid. These are the stem cells and in between the cells there are pores. Okay. And cytoplasm of stem cells contain actin myosin fibers. Okay. These are some fibers helps in contraction of the sinusoids. These actin myosins are present in the muscle tissue. You have read muscle tissue. So these are also present in these cells and helps in some contraction. Not it is contracting like the muscle, but some amount of contraction can happen. Okay. So this is this follows this flowchart. You remember, for closed circulation, blood is going from arteriole to sinusoids, then into the red pulp vein, then trabecular vein, into the splenic vein. Okay. Here is the arteriole, sinusoids, then they are joined to form the red pulp vein, then joined to form the trabecular vein. It is going to form the splenic vein. And in open circulation, peninsular arteries are opening into the Billroth cords or open spaces. Okay, open spaces are known as Billroth cords. Here it's open circulation, and from there blood is going to the sinusoids, forming the red pulp vein, and then forming the trabecular vein. Okay. So, what is the blood flow rate through the open and closed circulation? Blood flow rate is about 150 ml per minute through the spleen. 90% of blood goes through rapid transit. Rapid transit, that means it passes within few seconds through the closed circulation. Only 8 to 9% passes through intermediate circulation. It takes minutes, and 1 to 2% slow transit. It occurs through the open circulation. 1 to 2% circulation, and this takes hours. Slow, very slowly it is circulating. And both type of circulation takes place, that you must remember. So how the splenic vein is formed? This all the trabecular veins will join to form the splenic vein. It lies along the posterior surface of the spleen. Okay, and it joins with the superior mesenteric vein to form the portal vein just behind the neck of the pancreas. So venules run in the trabeculae, they unite to form smaller veins and they converge at the hilum as 5 or more segmental veins to form the trunk of the splenic vein, which runs along the groove on the posterior surface of body of pancreas and forms the portal vein by joining with the superior mesenteric vein posterior to the neck of pancreas. This relation is very important. Portal vein formation is occurring behind the neck of the pancreas. Okay, very important. Here the splenic vein is joining with the superior mesenteric vein to form the portal vein just behind the neck of the pancreas. Okay, this relation is very important. Here is the head of pancreas. This part is neck of pancreas. Here is the body and tail. Tail is entering near the hilum of the spleen. Tail of the pancreas. Okay. And this is duodenum. C-shaped curved loop. This is duodenum. First part of the small intestine. So what will be the function of spleen? It helps in filtration of blood done by the macrophage cells. It has a role in immune system by the dendritic cells and activation of T and B cells, and it helps in hemopoiesis and lymphopoiesis from the persisting stem cells in the red pulp in certain anemia and myeloid leukemia. Okay, hemopoiesis mean it helps in rapid generation of the RBCs, and lymphopoiesis rapid generation of the lymphoid cells. Okay, B and T lymphocytes. Okay, in case of different leukemia and anemias, and it acts as a reservoir of blood. When the spleen contracts, almost 1 to 1.5 liters of blood enter into our circulation. Okay, it temporarily makes up the blood loss. So this is the summary. Splenic circulation takes place both through the closed circulation directly into the sinusoids and through the open circulation passing through the Billroth cords, and the spleen has most important function of removing the worn out erythrocytes by the phagocytic cells, those are macrophages of the Billroth cord, and it not only removes the defunct RBCs but also remove the microorganisms, cellular debris and other particulate matter. Okay, that's why it has immune function, and spleen is actively involved in immune response by with the help of this T and B cells, and also helps in lymphopoiesis. Okay, so this is the summary of the splenic circulation. Okay, okay, that's all. Any queries? So you prepare the blood circulation of spleen. It is important for your theory. Histology of spleen comes as a short note in your theory, and this closed and open circulation, splenic circulation individually can come as in your theory. Okay, as a part of long question or as a short note. Okay, understood? Splenic circulation, very frequently given question. And the framework, the histology of spleen is important for your MCQs. Different MCQs come. What type of collagen fiber is present? What is the structures? Those things are important. And spleen is also important for viva table. Comes in as a viscera. Okay. During viscera table also you can be asked about this circulation, open and closed circulation. Okay, understood? That's all. And the gross picture, you have seen gross picture of spleen. You have to know, we will discuss during the viscera, its border, surfaces, visceral relations. All those will be discussed in your viscera class. Okay, understood? Okay, any queries from this? So you draw a histology picture of spleen, okay, in your histocopy. You have drawn already or not drawn? If you have not drawn, then you draw a histology picture of spleen, okay, in your histocopy, and write down two identification points. Understood? Okay, that's all. Any queries from this topic? No queries? Okay, that's all. Thank you.